Welcome to the Latrobe Valley, Gunai-Kurnai land and home to Australia's largest brown coal mines, Hazelwood, Yallourn and Loy Yang. As we decrease our use of coal and transition to renewable energy, you may wonder, what will happen to these coal mines? The Mine Land Rehabilitation Authority exists to facilitate good mine land rehabilitation outcomes. In the first series, we introduced the basic concepts about mine rehabilitation. In this series, we'll look at some different topics and we'll get to the bottom of the most important questions, like, what are the consequences of mine rehabilitation? Every decision made in mine rehabilitation has consequences. These are big issues involving significant constraints and complications, so it's crucial to approach mine rehabilitation with a careful and thoughtful mindset and allow for flexible approaches over time. The risks need to be considered, opportunities maximised and scientific knowledge leveraged. And of course, this all exists within the legislative environment we explained in earlier videos. The Latrobe Valley is undergoing significant transition. Mine rehabilitation is a critical part of the long-term vision for the valley, and it is important for everyone to understand, have certainty, and work towards the site-specific long-term goals and outcomes. Engagement and open communication between all stakeholders is essential to ensure that everyone is aware of the potential opportunities and challenges. This is important so that the plan that is ultimately actioned yields positive outcomes for both the environment and society. The preferred option currently being considered by the licensees for the final landforms are full pit lakes. This would assist with the delivery of a rehabilitated mine that is safe, stable and sustainable, and would require assessment and approval through Victoria's legislative processes. So, let's consider the benefits associated with pit lakes for the final landform that have been seen in other parts of the world. 1. Pit stability. In Germany, a full pit lake solution has been demonstrated to control stability, allowing community access and subsequent land uses closer to the edge of the pit. 2. Fire risk reduced. Using water in the final landform covers the majority of the coal and prevents risks of ember attacks igniting the coal. 3. Economic benefits. In Germany, pit lakes have generated economic benefits, including the creation of new jobs and revenue from recreational activities. 4. Environmental benefits. In Collie, Western Australia, repurposing the mine into a pit lake has had significant environmental benefits, including the creation of new habitats for wildlife and the restoration of degraded ecosystems. 5. Big thinking. Around the world, there are multiple examples of big picture thinking for pit lakes being repurposed for multiple uses. For example, Mount Kidston coal mine in Queensland is being repurposed to become a pumped hydro system using the former mine pits for water storage. In Mildura, the RayGen Solar Hydro project is using concentrated solar power and thermal water-based energy storage for renewable energy. And recreational deep water diving can be seen in various repurposed quarries in the United Kingdom and the United States. These benefits must be considered in the context of appropriate environmental approvals and the legislative environment, and can make repurposing abandoned mine pit lakes a valuable outcome for mine closure and rehabilitation. However, there are also significant challenges that have been seen around the world in using pit lakes for the final landform. This knowledge base can be leveraged by the Latrobe Valley mine licensees to understand and mitigate potential challenges. These challenges could include 1. Water quality. Water quality within a pit lake is based on site-specific conditions. Poor water quality has been seen around the world in pit lakes. However, management and mitigation of water quality is also site-specific and subject to a variety of studies. 2. Climate change. Climate change is significant for a number of reasons. One of those is a drying environment, which can present challenges for both filling of the voids and for long-term evaporative loss when a pit lake solution is used for the final landform. There are potential mitigations for evaporative loss, one of which is the use of floating solar. However, it is likely that top-up water will also be required. 3. Water sources. Water for pit lakes may come from a variety of sources and would always be site-specific. These sources could include groundwater, surface water, and manufactured water. In Victoria, there is a legislative process for industry to follow to allow access to water. Germany's Rhine Valley offers an example of the successful use of water in mine rehabilitation. The pit lakes have been utilised for a variety of activities, including boating, floating restaurants, whitewater kayaking, lakeside residential developments, and other recreational pursuits. The mine rehabilitation environment, legislation, and community expectations will change over time. In Victoria, the process is driven through the legislative environment, which requires the licensees to complete a rigorous assessment process. Rehabilitation is a complicated piece of work which requires significant input from industry, community, traditional owners, and government. So it's important to have a framework in place that is adaptable and allows for a flexible approach as we learn and understand more about each site. As we conclude this video series, let's remember that the work of mine rehabilitation is an ongoing journey. It requires continued dedication and commitment to achieving the best possible outcomes. By working together, in partnership, and by having open, honest conversations, we all can play a role in shaping a future where mine sites are transformed into vibrant and sustainable spaces that benefit both nature and humanity. This video is presented to you by the Mined Land Rehabilitation Authority. We believe an informed community is an empowered community, and that's why we've brought you this video series. If you'd like us to come and speak with your school or community group, or if you'd like to chat with us, visit mineland.vic.gov.au to join the conversation. The Mined Land Rehabilitation Authority acknowledges Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people as the traditional owners of the land and acknowledges and pays respect to elders past, present and emerging. The Mined Land Rehabilitation Authority is an independent body who works with community, industry and government to oversee the rehabilitation of declared mine land to ensure safe, stable and sustainable post-mining landform transition in Victoria.